Good morning. I'm Ray from AppliCad software. I thought I'd take a minute today to talk to you about a very close friend of mine, in fact, my brother. He used to be a distributor of clay and concrete tiles. And, well, just because he's my brother, I thought we'd do the right thing and offer him software. And he didn't have to pay a huge amount for it. In fact, he could have it for free. But he was an expert at estimating, so he didn't need software. Well, he didn't need software until he learned the lessons. He came to me with a roof plan that was quite complicated, lots of dormers and lots of hips and valleys all over the place. In fact, it was pretty cut up. There was stuff everywhere. And he asked me to do a takeoff and using our software. And I said, well, why do I need to do that? He said, well, I think I've made a mistake. And, well, indeed he had. So turns out he had spent nearly 4.5 hours estimating this job. Now, it didn't take 4.5 hours to estimate. It took 4.5 hours in total. So he worked out the numbers the first time. And because it was such an important job, and because the tiles that were going on this roof are so expensive, clay, glazed, terracotta, from Italy, expensive. Can't afford a mistake. So he checked his calculations a second time, and the second time were different from the first time. Man, don't you hate that? So then he does a third calculation. The third calculation was similar to the first calculation, so he figured, well, that must be about right. And then he added a couple of percent, 4 or 5% for waste, and worked out his order form, ordered the tiles from Italy, and in due course they arrived. So they get shipped to the job site, and the week goes by, and then towards the end of the week, the installer rings up and says, hey, when are you sending the rest of the tiles? Man, you know that sinking feeling very well, I have no doubt. So, turns out that there's about half a pallet of tiles short. He made a mistake on the quote, and he needed to check with me and use my software to figure out where he'd made a mistake. I never actually figured out where he made his mistake, but in 20 minutes, using the same information that he was provided, I did a quotation for him, taking account of cuts and reuse of any offcuts, and laying out with optimising the coursing to reduce waste, etc. So 20 minutes we had the right answer, and it was exactly the answer that he should have ordered. So we proved very clearly that when you do a manual takeoff, there is limited opportunity to verify the result. When you use software to do a takeoff, then you've got all the tools built into the software to allow you to verify the result. It's what we refer to in the business as verifiable accuracy. The numbers are absolute. It's done by the computer. The calculation is right. All we need to know is verify the result to what we see on the screen. We check our dimensions, we check our pitch, we check all of those things. So that when we apply the roof tile to our 3D model in our software, we know the result is correct. Now, long story short, the saving grace for my brother was the fact that the blue tarpaulin that they put on the roof, it matched the tiles exactly. So for quite a while they waited for the new tiles to turn up, it didn't look so bad. But it took ages to get paid, as you can imagine. So, long story short, if you do a manual takeoff, there is limited opportunity to check that you're correct. If you use software to do the takeoff and the automatic tools built into software like our Roof Wizard, then you have verifiable accuracy. When you do the takeoff and you print the report for your client, you know it's correct. That's why we use software, and that's why we use Roof Wizard. Well, I look forward to talking to you again. I've got heaps of stories to share with you, and I look forward to producing another one of these little videos in the next couple of weeks, and hopefully share my experience with what I've learned as I've travelled around the world. Thanks for your time, and I look forward to catching you again real soon. Bye for now.